Sometimes, the world's biggest revolutions begin not inside a boardroom, not in front of a camera, but on a quiet street corner, with the smell of freshly brewed coffee in the air. This isn't a story about caffeine. It's a story about vision. About two brothers who refused to let their family's future evaporate, and decided to build something extraordinary from almost nothing. No fancy machines. No marketing agency. Just a cart. A dream. And a belief that genuine connection could become a business model. Because sometimes, the smallest ideas can shape billion-dollar movements. What if the secret to building a $100 million brand wasn't hidden in technology, or investors, or some secret marketing strategy, but in a paper cup, handed out by a dreamer, on a cold Oregon morning? That's the real-life story of how one small coffee cart turned into a movement that redefined how people experience their daily brew. It didn't just sell coffee, it sold belonging. And that feeling? It changed everything. The journey started in a small Oregon town called Grants Pass, a place more known for dairy farms than business empires. Two brothers, Travis and Dane Boersema, were born into a family of hard-working dairy farmers. They woke before dawn, tended to cows, and delivered milk to local stores. But by the early 1990s, the dairy business began collapsing. Prices fell. Competition rose. And their family's future, the same business that had sustained generations, was now at risk. They could have quit. Sold the farm. Moved to the city and worked regular jobs. But they didn't. Instead, they asked a simple question: what else can we sell that makes people feel good? Every single day? And that's when the idea of coffee appeared, not as a luxury, but as a daily ritual that connects people. So, they took what little savings they had, bought a used espresso machine, and placed it on a small cart by the railroad tracks. That's where the story truly began. At first, it was hard. Most mornings, they stood in the cold, hoping a few commuters would stop by. They served each cup by hand, steaming hot, rich, and strong. And every time someone stopped to chat, they smiled, listened, and remembered their names. That's when they discovered their real product wasn't coffee. It was connection. People didn't just come back for caffeine, they came back for the energy, the vibe, the people. And slowly, the line started to grow. Then, something unexpected happened. The brothers noticed that people weren't just talking about their drinks, they were talking about how it felt to buy from them. That emotional buzz became contagious. Soon, they had loyal customers lining up every morning, sharing stories, and bringing their friends. From that tiny cart, the concept of Dutch Brothers Coffee was born. The brothers didn't want to be like Starbucks. They didn't want to be polished, formal, or corporate. They wanted to be fun. They blasted music at their stands, cheered customers on, even danced while making drinks. That energy, raw, youthful, unapologetically positive, became their brand identity. And here's what made it viral: every Dutch Brothers stand looked like a celebration. Baristas weren't employees, they were performers of happiness. Every cup was served with personality, not protocol. When the company began franchising, Travis set one rule: never lose the culture. No matter how big they grew, every new store had to radiate that same joy. They turned a daily ritual, buying coffee, into an emotional experience. And that emotional experience became their ultimate growth engine. By the 2010s, Dutch Brothers had become a phenomenon. Lines wrapped around drive-thrus. Customers were posting selfies with baristas. TikTok videos spread their culture nationwide. But behind the laughter and loud music, there was strategy. They understood the psychology of belonging. Dutch Brothers didn't compete with Starbucks' sophistication, they owned relatability. They became the brand for people who wanted real smiles, not scripted greetings. And that's why, when Dutch Brothers went public in 2021, it wasn't just a coffee company going IPO, it was a cultural movement valued at more than $5 billion. From a single cart. From a dream that started in failure. From two brothers who believed that kindness was scalable. Now, think about this. Every entrepreneur dreams of going viral. But viral isn't about algorithms. It's about emotion. Dutch brothers grew not because of ads or discounts, but because people felt seen. They felt like part of something. That's the real currency of the modern business world, emotional equity. Starbucks sells premium taste. Dutch brothers sells genuine warmth. And that's why one tiny cart could grow into a multi-million-dollar empire, because it offered something no machine could automate, authentic human energy. So the next time you sip your morning coffee, remember, the person behind that counter might be building an empire. One smile at a time. This is the secret behind every truly viral business. It doesn't just sell, it connects. And that connection can't be copied. If this story inspired you, imagine what your small idea could become. Maybe it's not coffee. Maybe it's tech. Or art. Or something the world hasn't seen yet. But remember, every successful business starts not with perfection, but with passion. You don't need investors. You don't need a perfect logo. You just need one thing, a reason that matters to people. Because when you serve from the heart, people feel it. And when people feel it, they share it. That's how you go viral. That's how movements begin. So if you're working on your dream, keep going. Even if it's small. Even if it's just a cart, a laptop, or an idea in your notebook. Stay consistent. Stay kind. And watch how the world responds. Every great empire starts with a humble dream. But the ones that last are built on authenticity. The Boersma brothers didn't just make coffee. They made people feel something real. And that's the blueprint every dreamer should remember. Because in the end, it's not about how much you sell. It's about how much you mean. Start small. Stay real. And maybe, just maybe, the world will one day line up for your idea too.